succeeded a little.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Arabella back again with another video. And this video hopefully will be the first of many more videos like this to come. I know y'all can hear me clearly because I turned off the fan. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot. Oh my gosh, something's in my eye. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot and I don't have to turn this bad boy back on. But by the title, you already know what this is. This is my review on the live action Mulan versus the cartoon version. Live action, cartoon version. Which one is better? What was the differences? What were the similarities? We're about to get into this. I popped me some popcorn. So without further ado, let's get into this. And I'm actually getting hot. I think I'm a berry, guys. I'm gonna just like, hold on. All right, so I put my hair up. That should help me be less hot. But with that said, let's just get into this video. Like I said, we're talking about the live action Mulan versus the cartoon Mulan. And I think I'm a pretty good critic because I think I've watched every Disney movie ever created. There are some movies I didn't watch, like that movie with the little boy in the woods with that bear. I never watched that movie because I never cared to watch that movie. I just feel like it's a nonsense movie for me to watch. If you watch that movie, you could tell me the title of the movie, tell me why it's good, why you think it's good. Anywho, let's talk about Mulan. We're here about Mulan. For those of you that haven't watched the cartoon version of Mulan, it's like every other Disney princess movie ever. The main character goes through some struggles where she's abnormal in the sense where she's not perfect. She's a princess, but they don't realize it, and she saves the day or finds a guy, and yeah, sing along so through the song or whatever. Basically every Disney princess movie ever besides Frozen. Frozen and Mulan, and Moana. I'm sorry, I can't believe I forgot her name. But this live action version rewrote Mulan. So if you're watching this live action version of Mulan thinking, okay, it's going to be the same thing as a cartoon version, get that out your head now. Get that out your head now. I wish that I knew that before watching the movie, because I was getting ready. When I tell you, I was like eating. I wasn't really eating at the time, but like I was thinking in my head, I'm eating, singing along, like, oh my god, this is what happened in the movie. Oh my god. No, nothing, nada. That's not what happened. I don't want to give too much away from the live action because I want people to go watch it themselves. But this live action rewrote everything. The spoiler alert, the girl doesn't get the guy in the end. Like, this is not a typical Disney princess, oh, she fought and she gets the guy in the end movie. Like, you can see that they still had that love interest throughout the movie. That love interest, you can see it. It's throughout the movie, but in the end, she doesn't really get the guy. You're sitting there like, so does she get the guy? Normally, she gets the guy. She becomes a warrior. She becomes a soldier. Does not get the guy. Well, in my opinion, she doesn't get the guy. Other people could have interpreted differently. Watch the movie, you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, and this movie, just like the other in the original, the cartoon version, it's family based. It's all about family. It has the same morals. it's about the same morals and the same disciplines, like family, bravery, honor, all of that. It's still the same. One thing that's different that for me was really major. I don't know if I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. This is not a sing-along, okay? So I'm here waiting for, to me, which is the best song in that movie. The best song in that movie, if you ask me, is shoot, I always forget the song when I need it. Is when she's like, when she leaves the matchmaker's house place because she now disgraced her family. She runs away to her ancestor, starts crying, and she sings and she wipes off half of the, like, she literally, like, half of the makeup. One side is her and the other side is that, and she's like, I don't even know who I see, boo. Like, I don't even know who this is. Literally my favorite song in that movie. My favorite song. And that song is so iconic. I liked how they intertwined it into the live action. And if you have not watched the original several times like me, and you're not a fan of that song like me, because I can say all of this in my opinion, so yeah, but like, for me, that song is the best song in that movie and the most important song in that movie. And the way that they intertwined it into the live action was amazing. Like, in iconic scenes, they played that song. And it's like, this is the perfect time for you to play that song. This is the perfect time for, like, when she's going through some stuff, bro, when she's like in some fight scenes, they play that song. And honestly, that's the perfect time for them to play that song. Overall, that nothing really changed the storyline of this movie. Like, the storyline of this movie did not change. Like, Mulan is Mulan. Mulan's a gangster. Like, Mulan is a warrior. Mulan is a bad, like, she, like, okay, the best, period. They ain't changed that one bit. I feel like in the movie, they show her skills a little bit more. They highlight her skills. They highlight how she's a warrior, and they highlight how she's better than all these dudes that she out here out here in war with. Like, you could, like, it just what else is there? Comparing the two, overall, I believe the cartoon is a Disney movie. It's just a regular Disney movie. The real one, like the live action, that's Disney on like that's new Disney. And if you've been watching Disney recent movies, you know Disney has left old time Disney phase. And I also want to segue this into the most important thing for me. If y'all know Disney has a reputation, is known of being racist. Like, Disney was known of being a racist. Like, Walt Disney himself was a racist. We all know that. And a lot of the stuff that he did back then with his cartoons and movies had racist like racist undertones, like things that were really, if that was put out today, he would have been shut down. Like, no one would have allowed most of the stuff that he did to be shown. And I didn't know until I was in my 12th grade English class, where my English professor, teacher, I'm sorry, I'm in college, so I'm used to calling people professors. My English teacher showed us a documentary on Disney, and like, bro, my mind was open to how trash Disney was. Like, not to get into details, but for Mulan specifically, if you watch the movie and listen to the characters, all the main characters do not have an Asian accent. They don't have an Asian accent at all. There's no Asian accents. But all the sub characters, like, all the sub, like the general that bosses the prince around in the cartoon movie, he has an Asian accent, but the prince doesn't. Like, you see stuff like that, and you can also see like racial undertones in the background, not so the forefront of the movie. You have to watch the background most of the time to really understand, which Disney was really slick with that. Even sometimes in the forefront, you just gotta be open to it. And most times Disney, we cover Disney with this, it's a beautiful world, magical, beautiful, Disney magic. Like, we give it that Disney magic, old playful kid fun vibe that we just don't open our eyes to that. Like, yo, Disney is really racist and mean. Like, a lot of the stuff that they did back then was racist and mean, and it really affected the way our children grew up, you know, self-image and all of that. With that said about that cartoon, the live action, that live action had, to me, represented the Chinese culture, Chinese people very good. I did not take the chance to look up these actors, so I could be wrong, because I know sometimes when we look at something that says, oh, we're portraying a certain group of people, and then when we look up the actors, they're really not that part of the group of people. They're like, you know, hopefully all these actors are Chinese. If they're not, they're Asian. They're an Asian group of people. Everybody is Asian. Everyone is Asian in this movie. Like, you can't deny that no one in this movie was not, like, and that is amazing. Like, that is so amazing. And if we look at movies in history, like, Asian actors are so underrepresented in the film industry. So I give them a round of applause for having all Asian. Like, no one over here is in makeup dressed like an Asian. Like all of them are Asian. Come on. Like, come on. All of them are Asian. All of them. Also, wait, let me not get into that. All of them are Asian, as well as the director is a woman. Can we give it up for a woman director? Alright, so let's get into the nitty-gritty of the movie. You have an all-Asian cast, a woman director. The action in this movie is so real. Like, bruh. It's like, bruh. That's the action in the movie. Like, you little kids either is having their eyes peeled not to miss a single second, or their eyes is closed because of how intense these action scenes are. Bruh. They did their thing. Like, hopefully if these actors did all these stunts, they did their thing, because, bruh. Did I say bruh? Because, bruh. And the edits, they edited this movie very well. And as a YouTuber, I appreciate good editing. I appreciate good editing as a YouTuber. They edited this movie so well. I don't know if this was shot in front of any green screen or any green screens were involved, but I know that there had to be some digital aspect to it, because there are some pieces that aren't real. You know what I'm saying? They aren't real. For example, if you watch the original Mushu, which we all love, there's one part that really also made me sad about the live action. They took out Mushu, but Mushu was not needed in this movie. As we watched, the cartoon Mushu was there to give us laughs. In this movie, they took out the laughs. They said, nah, we serious. We about to change a generation, and we don't need no laugh. This is serious business. They made Mushu was still a dragon or whatever, but it was a dragon that followed her around, and it wasn't like so graceful. And again, I'm not giving away too much. You just gotta watch this movie to see what I'm talking about. So when I said the editing in this movie was dope, the editing in this movie was dope. Shout out to the editor. Shout out to all those people, because y'all did y'all thing. I feel like I'm forgetting one more thing about this movie. Well, I think that's it. I think I've touched on everything that I wanted to touch on about the live action Mulan. But you gotta rate it. I gotta rate it. That's what's left. I gotta rate it. Did I like the live action more or the cartoon? Well, they both were really good. Really good. Like I said, the cartoon is a classic Disney princess story. You know what I'm saying? Classic Disney princess. That was Mulan, the cartoon. But Mulan live action, like I said, it was action. It was popcorn eating action. Like, you on the edge of your seat action. Like, action. So what do I rate the live action movie? I give it a 10. A 10. A 10 out of 10. No, matter of fact, 20 out of 10. A 30 out of 10. Like, it went beyond of what I thought it was going to be. When I heard they was making a live action Mulan, I wasn't hype about it. I didn't even want to see it, because I thought it was going to be like the live action Aladdin that, I'm sorry to say, did not meet my standards. Did not meet the Aladdin standards, the cartoon one. So I'm sorry. Like, Will Smith, he was funny, but like the script, like, I might, leave in the comments if I should do a review on the live action Aladdin and the cartoon Aladdin, which is probably like years ago, but like last year. But like, tell me what you think. But this live action was a great rewrite, because we know, well, not we, I knew all the problems that the original Mulan had, and this took away a lot of those problems and just focused on Mulan and how she's a great warrior. and how she changed just cultural norms, how she changed cultural norms by saving the emperor. Like, that was bomb. So it's more than what I expected, so it's above my standards. So if for 10 out of 10, it's above 10. It's a higher than a 10. Okay, the original, like I said, it got some problems. Out of a 10, I give it an 8, 7.58. There's some scenes I would skip through because it's kind of boring in the original, and again, some of the songs I don't care for, and some of the scenes aren't. Like, I'm just here for Mulan, and not all of the sub characters that I don't really care about. But this one was nice. The live action one was nice. But that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl Arabella for the one time. I have an announcement. I just want to say I have an announcement. I think not the next video that I upload, but the video after, I will be doing a giveaway, so stay tuned for that. But other from that, it's your girl Arabella, and I'll see you next time. Later, guys.
Maybe I succeeded a little.